What's up, crazies? It's me, CrazyNoc, and today this is a movie review for Good Boy. Was Good Boy a good movie? It was a decent movie. I'm gonna start with saying at the end of the movie, in the after credits, the creators of the film actually came out and said and showed some video clips of them. This couple spent 3 years trying to film their own dog. So this dog wasn't trained for film. The dog's purpose wasn't to be like a movie dog, and they spent a whole day to just get one like 8-second shot. So in the movie, the dog actually looks like an insane actor, like super well trained, very good at like cues, and well trained to be a movie dog. But that's not the case at all. There's a lot of trial and error. To keep that in mind, they are the only ones who made it, of course, with some help with a few actors that are in the film. But this is not by any means a professional produced film. We don't got Universal Studios. With that in mind, the movie just was that much better for me. Because when I tell you that the dog is the highlight, I know that's the point of the movie. The highlight of the movie is the dog, but it really is. Like the cues, like the dog looking concerned, or looking to the left or right, or actually looking at where it would be. Like you can see it being sad, scared, like anxious. He even goes on to say how you can manipulate scenes in a film to emit emotion without actually acting it out. So you might see a neutral face and see no emotion, but when it's shown what he's looking at, like a coffin, for example, you then see him as being sad. Then if there's food and drink and then it shows his neutral face, you might think he's hungry. And with that, I think they do a good job portraying that, giving the dog a various amount of emotions. It really enhances in making you believe that the dog is actually there and feeling these different emotions. The movie is kind of what you would expect. It is from the perspective of a dog, but things I liked about it and enhanced that feeling is a lot of the actors' faces are kind of like, not blurred out, but they have like shadow, almost like this, like to where focus isn't on the person per se, even though they add to the film. It's more about the dog being the focus. It's a small touch, but it really made it seem like it was from the perspective of a dog, seeing things that the humans don't see. And that's another aspect I liked, is that the dog was seeing the shadow, or the paranormal event before the humans usually see the event, because that's how it kind of goes. Now with that, I think some of those scenes are redundant. A few different scenarios showing the shadow, and then like a shadow here, and then dog looking in the shadow here, shadow here. Overall, I think it did a pretty decent job. There's scenes where this person is sick, the person who owns a dog, so they move out to his grandpa's house, and apparently the grandpa was sick, without getting into too much detail, but it didn't really deep dive into that story of like why there was paranormal events happening to him. It made it seem like that was the reason that he was sick, but you could also use a metaphor for something else. Could have implemented a little bit more backstory on why it's happening. And with that, with the shadow events or the paranormal events or some other effects happening, it was definitely lower grade. It wasn't as immersive. So you lose a little bit of immersion that way, but it's understandable with how the movie was made and how it wasn't professionally done. I'd say it's like, it can be on the similar quality of like the short horror films. Like some of them can be really good and immersive, even though they're like low budget, etc. So for what it is, I think a lot of you horror fans will appreciate it. Now, if you're looking for jump scares, as I typically am with a scary movie, I definitely will get jump scared. And I'd say there's like 2 or 3 decent ones that kind of freaky. I wish there was a couple more, but I'm glad they implemented that. But if you're going into this experience to be absolutely terrified, I don't know if you will. That's really just subjective. When it comes down to it, it is a unique film, a unique perspective. What do I give the rating of the movie? I'd probably give it like a 7 overall. Now, if it was coming from a professional studio and like all the works, I'd probably give it like a 5.5. Maybe 6. Take that with a grain of salt. I'm just trying to give you like comparisons on what to expect. Now, is it worth going to theater to watch? I don't regret going, but I probably wouldn't go, and I'm just to wait to watch it home alone or with your significant other, with the lights out. I think that might be more enjoyable and more scary. You could appreciate it more. Something to chill and watch, okay? Guys, watch the film. But in the terms of should you watch it or should you not, I think you should watch it. If I had to compare it to another film, I probably would say it's more like the Paranormal Activity, the first one that I vaguely remember, but like the slow scenes of looking back, looking at one scene very still, waiting for movement. But crazies, that's basically it. If you did watch it, let me know what your guys' thoughts were. And the next one I plan to watch is Black Phone 2. Crazies, I say good night and goodbye. Goodbye, crazies! Come on, crazies! Love you, crazies! Come on!